I have had contact for my own mental health needs with mental health services since I was about 6. I'm now 25. My father also has a diagnosis of bipolar disorder with comorbid schizoaffective disorder. So he has had lifelong contact with quite intensive psychiatric services. And alongside that, I also do occupational therapy on a high security psychiatric unit. I think advice for people who are caring for or directly involved in the lives of somebody with a bipolar diagnosis can vary quite widely. My number one advice that I give to everyone, and that I wish had been given to me, was that you can't support a stable building with an unstable foundation. And I think that that is something that is hugely neglected. People feel, I don't know if they feel maybe selfish or like they're not focusing on the appropriate thing, but it's important to understand that living and supporting somebody with a serious mental health condition like bipolar disorder can be incredibly stressful for both of you. And I think it's so important to make sure that you're stable and that you're happy and that you're in a place where you can be the kind of support that somebody with that illness will need. I think with a disorder as complicated as bipolar disorder, there are a lot of misconceptions that come along with an understanding of the illness. Some of the most common when you're dealing with people on a one-on-one basis is, I think, come from a place of misunderstanding that there are going to be actions that are a result of their bipolar disorder, but they are people as well. They are people with an illness, and some of their behavior is just going to be because they've had a bad day, because they're not feeling very well, because they're tired, because they're stressed. I think it's really important to remember that they are still people, despite the fact that they have quite a serious mental health problem. Something that I wish I'd known is that you don't have to be a therapist, you don't have to be a medical professional to have a successful relationship with somebody with bipolar disorder. You can operate within your bounds as a family member or friend or romantic partner or, however, co-worker. But it's okay to want to ask for an intervention from a medical professional. That doesn't make you any less of a supportive person. That doesn't make you any... Somehow I feel like people think if you need the intervention of a doctor, that somehow you're a failure. And having an impartial person, whether that be somebody in the medical field or somebody in a support group or somewhere where you can have a safe, open conversation with a third party who is unbiased, can be really beneficial for both of you. And I think I've had family therapy, and I think it was an incredible help, because it gives you a safe space to talk about the things that are frustrating for both of you, and it gives you a safe space to discuss those without you feeling like you're attacking them or vice versa. The last thing I think I would say to anyone who's been in the same position as myself, so somebody who's a carer or directly involved in the life of somebody who has bipolar disorder, is to utilize the services that are available to you. It can be so rewarding to finally speak to somebody who understands, and peer support services like ones that are offered at Bipolar UK are incredible. And just speaking to somebody who knows exactly what you're going through and isn't just saying, oh yeah, I understand that. They actually understand, they've lived in that situation, and they will have an insight that while you're going through something difficult, you might not be able to see yourself, and having somebody to listen to you who legitimately and genuinely has sympathy and empathy for the situations that you've been in is incredibly rewarding and so important for your well-being and your mental health.